What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Connor Speed 6. Today we have some all new information about Series 4 in Forza Horizon 5 that came down the pipeline just a few hours ago. Some of you may have already seen this, but we're going to dive into all of those and detail all of the new upgrades, changes, and new cars coming to Forza Horizon 5. Now, we've all seen teasers of Series 4 coming to Forza Horizon 5, but no one exactly knew what was going on or what was going to be coming. It looks to be very promising with all new cars, lots of new game modes, and a ton of interactive things we're going to be able to do throughout the community and world, most importantly. Along with that, we have some very important game updates that we have been needing for a long time now, and we will be detailing all of these in just a moment. But first, let's start with the Horizon World Cup. The Horizon World Cup is an all-new way for players to actually represent a particular country while playing through the festival playlist. It's simply a challenge to where you are going to be able to race different cars from different manufacturing countries such as the US, the UK, Japan, etc. Players are actually going to be able to select cars manufactured in certain countries from around the world. There are only going to be a certain amount of countries represented in the Horizon World Cup, but of course, not every country has vehicle manufacturers that are big, well-known, or in Forza Horizon 5. What you will do is select a car from different countries that are represented in the game, and as you play through the festival playlist, you will gain points based on which vehicle you use or which car manufacturer you use, and all of those points will be cumulatively added up, and at the end of the series, each player will be gifted a car from the particular country that has the highest amount of points represented based on the amount of points scored per the manufacturer used in the Horizon World Cup. It's actually going to be pretty fun and very interesting to see, first of all, which country gets represented the most and which cars are used the most. Along with the World Cup Challenge, players will be receiving a World Cup inspired jersey as a clothing item and a World Cup themed horn. The World Cup theme doesn't, of course, stop there. They have an opening ceremonies event which you will be driving a Can-Am Maverick up against some massive monster trucks. The word used was a fleet of monster trucks. I don't know how many monster trucks that would be, but I'm sure it's more than one or two based on the word fleet and its general definition. I'm actually less interested in driving the Can-Am and how many monster trucks I'm going to race against, but I'm more interested in when do we get to drive the actual monster trucks outside of a game mode. I want that. Along with the Can-Am exhibition, they have revamped the On a Wing and a Prayer, the exhibition event, and they have changed it to where you will be driving the Vuel, the Made in Mexico Vuel, around chasing the wingsuit people through the darkness. So I would assume they're going to have a lot of cool nighttime and bright light themed events going on in the background and bright colors and fireworks and things like that. So it should look really neat. Again, something very fun that is going to be out there available for you guys very, very soon. Now, the next bit of news is actually really cool and I think very, very good for this community overall. Forza and the developers are celebrating, along with you now in the community, the 2022 Chinese New Year. They're expanding game accessibility to China by bringing in more authentic Mandarin dubbing, so the Chinese players or the Mandarin-speaking players have a more immersive game experience, just like you and I have. Along with that, we are also getting 4 brand new cars to the Forza franchise. Let's go through those cars right now. The first car we see is the 2016 NIO EP9. Now, EP stands for Electric Performance. This is a 1,360 horsepower electric hypercar. It was engineered and manufactured in China. However, it set world records all around the world. Back in 2017, it actually set a world record lap around the Nordschleife. At that time, the world record set was 6 minutes 45.9. That is blistering fast, especially for a car that 99% of the world has never even heard of. Now, in real life, the NIO EP9 isn't a car that you can just buy, well, probably because we're not uber wealthy, ridiculously rich people, but also it is a track-only car, meaning you can't, of course, buy it to drive out on the road in your everyday use. The next car is the 2013 Wuling Hongguang. This is, now this beast has 82 whole horsepower and is a minivan that I guarantee we will see on the Rivals leaderboards sooner rather than later, so buckle up for that, of course. We're going to see this thing absolutely dominate lobbies, I would assume, just like the Ford Transit vans have done for years now. Now, the company Wuling mostly builds commercial vehicles, and they are one of the largest manufacturers in all of China. They are one of the largest minivan manufacturers as well. I'm not sure if that's really something to celebrate or not, but either way, we're getting another very rare and cool vehicle in Forza Horizon 5. I am so excited to see what type of upgrade options we have for this thing. V12 swap, anybody? The next car up is the 2005 MG X-Power SVR. Now, the first time I laid eyes on this car, I was like, that's literally a Frankenstein car from parts from different vehicles all around the country. And to be fair, that's sort of what China and a lot of their manufacturers have done for years. Take cars from around the world, make them cool, make them inexpensive. Now, as the name suggests, it is manufactured by MG, and they actually introduced it as a concept car back in 2001. The manufacturers actually took design elements from a Ford Mustang because they wanted to initially appeal to more of the Western world here in the US. However, that really didn't work because the car never really got off the ground, making only 82 units worldwide. This is one of the rarest cars we've ever had in Forza Horizon. One thing that really boggled my mind and surprised me here was that the designer of the MG X-Power SVR is actually the same person who designed the exterior of the McLaren F1. How do you go from the McLaren F1 to this? I don't get it. It's cool, but it's a bit of a step down from the F1 if you ask me. And on to the last brand new car we have coming to Forza Horizon 5. That is the 2015 MG MG3. This is a cool little hot hatch equipped with a 1.5 liter naturally aspirated engine. Of course, it doesn't have a ton of horsepower. However, that's where you come in Forza Horizon 5. I can just see this little thing being just thrown all over the B and C class road race events, and absolutely dominating as well. We all know these little light and nimble cars do very well in online. Now, the MG3 is no surprise one of the most popular Chinese built vehicles in Britain. As we know, the Brits absolutely love their small compact hatches, and I'm here for it. I love this car. I think it's going to be a great addition to the game. And again, I'm eager to see what type of builds and tunes you guys come out with. Now, let's move on to the updates. There aren't many, but these are absolutely necessary, and I'm very excited that they're coming in Series 4. Now, the first thing is the festival playlist. We all know that sometimes going through the playlist is a bit monotonous and tedious and takes a really long time, especially for me. That's why I never have a whole lot of money, because I typically can't get through these playlists very quickly because of work, real life, etc. So what they've done is they're going to streamline it just a little bit and make things a little bit easier and less taxing for you to actually get through. They'll be removing a small amount of events, but more importantly, what they're going to be doing is opening up class restrictions so it doesn't limit you to, a smaller amount of cars like it has been. So in Series 4, starting then, we will have more open class restrictions when it comes to these events. For example, the F40 Speed Trap in A class a couple weeks ago, a lot of people struggled with that. That won't be an issue in the future moving forward, it looks like. Now, the biggest update for me personally is the save and edit option in the Blueprint Creator and Event Lab. Oh, how this could have come in handy for me over the last couple weeks. If you've been around my channel or know me, you know that I have wasted probably about 11 to 12 hours on one event that I built 2 times that doesn't work. I spent all this time building tons and tons of detail into these events, and I get caught in a rewind loop or a checkpoint loop each time I built this event. I'd spent another 7 hours over the last couple of days rebuilding it, and now it works fine. Now we are going to be able to simply go in, start building our custom route, and then when we're tired or want to stop or just need to stop, we can simply save it and come back to it later, rather than leaving your Xbox on for 2 days straight and praying that Mike Brown doesn't decide, hey, we should update Forza Horizon 5 tonight. So instead of doing that, you'll simply be able to save your work, go to bed, go eat dinner, whatever the case, come back when you're available, load up your last saved progress, and move on. And once your event is complete, you'll be able to go back and do some editing to it, which is massive. All of these things coming to Forza Horizon 5 and Series 4 are fantastic and a sign of really great things to come for Forza Horizon 5 and our community. I'm really excited to see that they have made accessibility a little bit better for the Chinese market as well, and the Mandarin speaking friends that we have across the world. So I'm really excited to get in the game with you guys. I hope you're excited to get in the game with us as well. I'm also really excited to drive these cars. They're going to be really cool. What's your favorite car? Let me know down in the comments below. I'm interested to see, and I think a lot of you are going to really love that minivan. I don't know why, I just have this feeling. But that's going to do it for me today. I really hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave a like, a positive comment down below, and if you're new to my channel, be sure to subscribe for more weekly content like this. As always, I have been Connor Speed 6. Until next time, much love everyone. See you soon.